My gym offers free classes, but it got a little weird the other day when I realized I was the only guy in the class. And the instructor was like, "Good job, ladies. Keep up the great work, ladies." It's like, "Hey, just so you know, there's a dude in the class today." And she was like, "Oh, I know. I was only talking to the ladies. You were terrible at aerobics." I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "All you do is sit there with your cell phone and take pictures. What's that about?" I like aerobics.
Tonight on Laughs, we've gathered the best comics from around the country for about half an hour. Wasn't easy, but we did it because we find you attractive. It's time for Laughs. Welcome to Laughs. I'm your host, Taylor Tomlinson, and my bangs are strategically covering a very big blemish. Should not have led with that. Okay. Welcome to Laughs. Here's the show. Here's Charles McBee.
I look at everything financially, even the weather, right? Like fall, spring, my two favorite times of the year, right? Not because it's romantic or anything like that, for this one reason and this one reason alone. Because it's not so hot that you need your AC on, right? And it's not so cold that you need your heat on, right? It's just a nice continuous stream of not paying the electric bill, right? Because I got my electric bill in the mail a few months ago, $583. Yes, for one bill for 1 month. I called them immediately. I'm like, "Excuse me, but do you think I'm running a space station in the middle of my living room? Like, what do you think is happening?" The lady said, "Well, sir, what we do is something called estimated billing." Anybody else in here ever heard of this before? I'm not a grown-up. I never heard of this before in my life. I was like, "What the hell is estimated billing?" She goes, "Well, what that is we estimate how much energy you might be using, and then we charge you based upon our best guess." What the hell kind of Ponzi scheme are they trying to pull at the electric? I've never heard of this before in my life. I feel like only a monopolized corporation with no competition can even think of some gangster stuff like this, right? Like no regular business with competition can think of something like this. Like a fat dude can't walk into Burger King and before he says one thing, they yell out, "That'd be 47.50." It's like, wait a minute. But I didn't order yet. "Oh, well, we estimated from the size of your fat ass, you probably want about..." What did we say? 11 Whoppers and a Diet Coke? That's what we said.
Listen, if you don't have a penis, you don't know how difficult it is not to put it in random things. That's all we want to do with it, okay? It starts at an early age. At 10, we're rubbing against the couch in weird places. We're like, "I don't know what this does, but I like it." Then we get older, we start putting weirder and crazier things, you know, like women. And having a penis is like owning a really nice convertible car in a city where it rains every day. And all we want to do is take it out and show it off around town, you know. Have women point as we go by, "I'd like to take a ride on that thing. I'd like to take a ride on that." But we can't. It just sits in the garage day after day after day. Eventually, our friends don't even believe we own a car, right? You can show them pictures, but it gets awkward. It gets awkward.
I'm back on the dating scene, girl. Oh, my God. And, you know, because I lost the weight, so I just want to warn all the guys that's trying to holler at me after the show, okay? This is actually my catch-a man body right here, okay? Meaning this is only temporary, okay? I am really a fat chick waiting to happen. Do you hear me? See me a year later like, "Is she 3 months pregnant?" No, I'm in a loving relationship, that's all. And if I do move in with you and I start losing weight, you know we about to break up, you know what I'm saying? It's my body telling me it's time.
You know what's never funny? Terrorism. Except when Jay Black and Casey Arora talk about it. Let's check it out.
Started watching the news. A lot of terrorism in the news, a lot of terrorism. And I realized something. All these terrorist networks, they all have the same thing in common. All the groups, all these terrorist groups, the hoods that they put on these people's heads when they get kidnapped by terrorists, it's the same hoods. Find the guy making the hoods. Get to his cell phone, arrest everybody in the contacts. Terrorism solved. I just want to grow a beard again. I used to have a long beard. It was glorious. It was amazing. It was this girl that I was dating. It was her idea. She's like, you look good with a beard. I'm like, clearly you don't want me taking public transportation. Because you can't be a brown guy with a beard in 2015. In America, you just can't do it. If you're brown and well-shaven, people might think, ooh, maybe he's Latin. Carne asada, pantalones, gato, I don't know what any of these words mean. But if you're a brown guy with a beard, it's always the same thing. Sir, please step to the side. Put your bag on the table. Spread your legs. I was just parking my car. I don't even have a bag. Where did you come from? And when I don't get stopped, I start to get suspicious. And what am I supposed to do? Help them out? Walk back and forth a few times? You're just gonna let me go? I'll see you in the news.
I think if you've been paying attention to my act so far, it's obvious it's about one thing and one thing only, and that's this: I am against terrorism. There, I said it. Don't care who I've made mad, and I'll tell you why. It's because every time a terrorist tries to take over a plane with something, I can't bring that thing on a plane anymore. Right, nail clippers, you can't bring nail clippers. Remember that shoe douchebag? And I gotta take my shoes off. Hair gel? What the Just saying, terrorists, at least once work with us. Try to take over a plane with a crying baby. Okay, I feel like this side of the room is applauding, and this side of the room is concerned with the fate of the made-up baby. There's people going, I'm a nurse, and you should not use a baby as a terrorist. This is not a real baby. This is an imaginary TV baby. That being said, probably shouldn't have been shaking the baby this hard. I'll be honest with you.
I worked as a waitress in a strip club once. For me, stripping wasn't really an option because the only curves I have are from scoliosis. Plus, I'm cool with my dad. You know. But if you strip, you know, you do it to support a kid or get a degree, and those things are stupid. You know, and I don't consider myself sexy. I'm cute in like a prepubescent, I can keep a secret sort of way, you know. But when I went in to apply for the waitressing job, the manager was like, we're actually interviewing people tomorrow, so when you come back in, just make sure you look camera ready. And I was like, okay, camera ready. Like just from the neck up? And she was like, what do you mean? I was like, you know, like, can I have grass in a forest, or do I need to pave paradise and put up a parking lot? You know what I'm saying? She's like, no, I don't know what you mean. I was like, can I save the rainforest, or do I need to endanger my species? You know what I mean? She's like, no, I don't know what you mean. I was like, can I let the Indians keep their land? Or do I need to give them some smallpox? You know what I'm saying? She's like, no, I don't know what you're saying. I was like, never mind, I'll shave.
It's time for a commercial break, but we'll be back faster than you can say contractually obligated to show commercials. See? We'll be back with more laughs. You're still watching Laughs? This is my most successful relationship. I can't wait to tell my therapist. Here's Antoine Young.
My birthday's coming up. Yeah, I guess y'all can't wait till I'm dead too. No, I don't like getting certain things for my birthday. I don't like when somebody gives me a gift card for my birthday. When somebody gives me a gift card for my birthday, I'll be wanting to say, hey, you know that store take cash too, right? I'm not shopping online. To me, getting a gift card is almost an insult. Like they trying to say I'm not responsible. It's like, yeah, I will give you the money, but all you're gonna do is spend it on alcohol and porn. And you need some clothes real bad. So go on to Marshall's and get you some shirts. The worst is when you got money left on the gift card, but it's not enough to get anything of value. Like they be like, you got $2.28 left on this card. You be like, what can I get for $2.28 at the Foot Locker? Like, y'all got any gum back there? Any snacks? Now I used to always wonder why when I got to like the front of the counter at the Best Buy, why all those snacks were so expensive. Like they had a 20-ounce bottle of Coke for $1.68 plus tax. Then I figured it out. I said, okay, I understand. These are gift card prices. My friend, he hates when I do that joke because he said having a gift card is like having regular money. I said, well, try using the gift card on the first date. The girl would look at you crazy and be like, oh, wow. I didn't know your grandmother was paying for this.
Mitch Burrow has some interesting friends. And by interesting, I mean stupid. And by stupid, I mean awesome for comedy. Let's head over to Pechanga Comedy Club to see what I mean.
This friend of mine the other day goes, man, I wish dragons still existed. All right. I was like, first of all, dragons never existed. Second of all, no, you don't. Because I don't know what you think about when the subject of dragons comes up, but I think about bad things like fire-breathing, people-eating, princess stealing. None of that sounds good to me. He's like, nah, man, if dragons were around, it'd be awesome because we could, like, get suits of armor and swords and we could fight them. Or, if they're cool like Puff the Magic Dragon, we could smoke some pot and jump on their backs and fly around the city. It'd be awesome. Now, all of a sudden, I realize this guy is too stupid for me to win a regular argument with. So I got to break it down to his level. I'm like, yo, man, you know how angry you get when a bird poops on your car? He's like, yeah, that really makes me mad. I said, imagine what a dragon would do. Now all of a sudden he's like, oh yeah, that would suck. I don't ever want dragons to come back. I'm like, again, they were never here to begin with.
The comics are on Twitter. You're on Twitter. The show is on Twitter. Yeah, let's do this. You can follow us on Twitter at Laughs TV Show, or post your favorite one-liner and hashtag it with Laughs TV.
I recently had a one-night stand attempt. I got the girl back to my place. We're on my bed just making out a little, clothes are on, not a big deal. She stops me and she says, what are you into? And I was like, I'm into this. This has exceeded my expectations. She's like, no, what's your fantasy? What's your fetish? What's your like deepest, darkest secret in the bedroom? I was like, oh, to be loved? You guys don't know whether to laugh or feel bad for me on that one.
This break is just long enough for you to swipe 22 losers on Tinder. You're a virtual heartbreaker. More laughs coming up. Welcome back to Laughs. Here's a little something we whipped up for you during the commercial break. It's delicious. It's Josh Adams.
Graduation pictures, man. Black people take graduation pictures serious. Like, honestly, we don't play about those. Like, them be like the only pictures you have growing up as a kid. It is. It's like graduation pictures and your ultrasound. That's it. That's all you have. Like, people be like, so then nothing happened in between here. That was it. That was it. I was born and I graduated high school, fam. That was all that it was. Don't come up missing, and that's all they got is that ultrasound picture. They're like, yeah, he sucked his thumb and he leaned to the side like this. So if you see him, bring him back home. But no, man, we take pictures serious. And the reason I say that is because one of my cousins, man, this dude didn't know if he was gonna graduate at all. He was taking senior pictures, and this dude had like 10th grade credits taking senior pictures. Every year, like, it progressively got worse, all the pictures he was taking. At the end, he had a full beard and was holding a baby in his hand. That's how bad it got, man. We was embarrassed as a family. It was like, man, just chill out. He taking a picture like they try to be sweet with the pictures. They take like the year you graduating and the number, you lean on that boy like that or something like that. This dude was between an 08 and an 09, and the caption said, we just gonna let Jesus figure it out. Hopefully we get it all together. It's like, just get the grades and stop trying to take pictures, man. It was crazy. He ended up not graduating either. It was crazy. He did. He ended up not graduating, and he ended up getting in some trouble. He went to jail, okay? He went to jail. But, hold on, he tried to turn his life around while he was in jail. You know, he tried to take them lemons and make lemonade. While he was in there, he got his GED, right? Got his GED. And he also went in there and went to college. He went to college, and he got an associate's degree in criminal justice, like criminals do. So we was cool, like, all right, he trying to turn his life around, right? So he come home, we throw this big party for him, like, yeah, okay, Meech home, yay. We got this party and everything. This dude messed around, did something. Them little 4 hours he was out, went right back to jail. Yeah, my auntie sitting there crying like, oh my God, what we gonna do? Cake and ice cream, we got all this stuff. I was like, I don't know what y'all gonna do. I'm gonna tell him that he going back to get his bachelor's. So I don't know what y'all gonna tell him.
That's going on YouTube. You know, YouTube's not just for cat videos. It also has puppy videos and baby videos and laughs videos. Follow us and subscribe at youtube.com/laughstv show.
I just got married, you guys. So for our honeymoon, you guys, we went to Asia. Now, I don't know if anybody here has ever been to Asia, you guys. If you've ever been to Asia, you guys, everybody in Asia is small, right? I don't just mean thin, you guys, I mean small. Like if you go to your friend's house and your friends have kids and their kids have a plastic picnic table in the backyard, that's a dining room set for 12 in Vietnam. Okay, they are small. Right, and now we're Westerners, right? My husband's actually half Vietnamese. So we'd go to his relative's house, and when we'd show up, his relatives would immediately size us up. Like, what furniture should we put the Americans on? Right, full disclosure, you guys, I sat on a lot of benches, right? I sat on a lot of benches. Right, that's fine, but there can be a rogue Vietnamese chubby person, you guys. We found this out. There can be one, there can. My husband had a cousin, and they called her the big one. You guys, 3 weeks, we never learned her name, right? But they called her the big one in English, as if to say, we don't even have the Vietnamese words for whatever this is. Terrible, but when you guys when you pack for a trip in Asia, it's really interesting, because I was packing for the trip, and as I'm folding up my clothes, I was like, oh my God, like made in China, made in Vietnam, and I was like, oh my God, come on, you guys, we're going home.
It ain't over till Tom Simmons says it's over. And that ain't all he gotta say. Stick around. You want it, you got it, it's time. So then there's this with Tom Simmons.
The world's first successful penis transplant recipient is gonna be a dad. The man tragically lost his penis in a botched circumcision when he was 18 years old. Who gets circumcised that late in life? And I think botched seems a little soft of a word there. We need a harsher word than botched, something like malpractice. I mean, I can relate. I got a bad haircut once where they took a little bit too much off the top, and look, I mean, never mind. I can't really relate. Doctors harvested the donor's heart, his lungs, his penis, his kidneys, his liver, his skin, and his corneas. They really used every part of the buffalo on that one. I'm gonna need to add an asterisk to my organ donor card. Because when I agreed to become an organ donor, I didn't know they meant that organ. I mean, they can have it. I'm not greedy. But you know what? They're gonna have to take my hand with it, to be honest, because it's kind of sort of a package deal. It's kind of unusual for a straight guy not to reject another guy's penis, don't you think? Doctors knew the operation was successful when the penis showed signs of thinking for the dude. But now he has to think with another guy's Johnson, and during sex, if he asks his girlfriend, whose is this? She's gonna have to have done her research. Transgender people should donate theirs to something like Locks of Love. The patient said the hardest part of the recovery was the giant cone he had to wear to keep his girlfriend from licking the stitches. And he's still being monitored 6 months after the surgery, okay? He said he's doing fine and feeling very lucky that his girlfriend doesn't do Kegels. Because then it would have been like, how'd she get pregnant? Did the condom come off? Well, sorta. These people are anxious.
So that's our show. Go ahead, rewind, and watch it again. So that's our show. Go ahead, rewind, and watch it again. So that's our show. I could do this all day. It's hilarious to me. I'm so sorry. That's our show. Rewind. No, I'm kidding. Have a great night. Like what you just saw? Subscribe below to our YouTube channel and you can see even more. I'm not suggesting. Like, do it now. I can see you. I will wait.